So, Show Me Your News is a video game podcast that has lasted almost 5 years, and I'm Yoko, the creator of SMYN. I am a self-professed sucker for video top 10 lists, and I know you are too since you're watching. Now, as the purpose of this show is for members of the SMYN community to create top 10 lists about whatever they wish, we are not saying that these lists are definitive by any means. Instead, it's a formation of an opinion, one that the list's creator is entirely free to have. So to start this future collection of clever countdowns, let's get things going with my initial contribution. Music in video games is vastly underrated by the public at large. What some may still hear as beep boop boop beep boop has flourished into symphonic quality that some of us just can't get enough of. And there are so many great selections to choose from. So for this countdown, I will only consider today's home gaming systems. That is, games from the PC, Wii, Xbox 360, and PlayStation 3. But keep in mind that I'm only selecting one song per franchise. And for fun, for each number of the countdown, I'll give you a few seconds to try to identify the track without any video or text clues. That said, I am Yoko, and these are my top 10 favorite gaming songs from modern consoles. Have I played Fantasy XIII? No, in fact I'm still in the middle of 6, but it's a pretty special thing when a single song can define a game's entire soundtrack, especially one that's of such a high caliber. Blinded by Light, also known as the battle theme from Final Fantasy XIII, is just one of those tracks. I mean it, if you're aware of FF13's music at all, you know this song. It helps that the song is great too, building tension that releases in the fanfare of the chorus. Say what you will about the game, but this is a song that really draws me in despite my lack of experience with the title. Although don't get me started on the ideas of 13 too. It was pretty difficult to choose between this song and Earth, mostly because they're based on the same melodic motif, but Ezio's Family from Assassin's Creed 2 is a splendid piece that captures the atmosphere of the game so well. It helps that this theme also bookends the game nicely in both its title scene and end credits. Earth transitions into more of a pulsing drum beat, but if I wanted to feel as if I were Ezio Auditore da Firenze, overlooking the Italian cityscape from up high, the slower progressions of this song are really more ideal. And while Assassin's Creed Revelations had a really memorable main theme as well, it's probably easiest to say that this song and this game just means more to me. I wonder what double hidden blade kills would feel like to this theme. Now, if we're talking about franchises with literally stellar soundtracks, we don't need to look much further than the Mass Effect series. So many pieces do their job so well, but if we're talking about compositional quality, gameplay cohesion, and the power to invoke memory, it's all about Suicide Mission from Mass Effect 2. Commander Shepard and his crew have been tasked with the goal to save the galaxy by passing through the lethal Omega-4 relay and stopping the force of the Collectors. It's an arduous task in every sense, and this theme plays off of what makes this soundtrack great, to inspire a truly heroic feeling in every gamer. Then when you consider that this mission is only part of a much bigger threat, whoa, now that is powerful. It wasn't the 2011 Show Me Your News Game of the Year for nothing, and its soundtrack was surely befitting of that quality level as well. The main theme from Batman Arkham City strikes a chord within me like nothing else on this list. In fact, I can still remember the first time I heard it, as it was posted on YouTube well before the game came out. I spent so much time listening to it on repeat because I couldn't believe how well it stirred strong, powerful emotions within me. If you listen to the song enough, you will believe you are Batman. And then you play the game, and that's compounded tenfold. But the music starts it all on that menu screen, and with the 16th notes on violin building to the sweeping chorus, man, did anyone else just get chills? What a theme. I could rave all day about this game if I wanted to, simply because no title has inspired me to collect every achievement like this one has. The main theme from LA Noire sets the mood of the title flawlessly, with lines and counter melodies that play so well off of each other. In fact, if I were to live in another time, I would probably pick the late 1940s, and it's odd to say, but it's at least partially because of this theme. Well, that and the hats, the suits, the mood, and the post-war promise of growth. You know, I pity those who can't appreciate jazz, especially slow pieces like this. So while you're listening to all your LMFAO, count me in for this track that introduces you to the world of 1947 Los Angeles and Detective Cole Phelps. LA Noire, go play it. Yeah, I'll say it. I can't think of a single song that works better with piano as the primary instrument in such a driving pace. Planet Wisp Act 1 from Sonic Colors is so good because it gets everything right. Now maybe you're saying, well, what about the version from Sonic Generations, which, granted, is an amazing album, but there's one thing it misses in that adaptation: style. In Generations, it tries to keep up the driving beat nearly the entire time, but in Colors there's the intro and the interlude, where it forces the listener to focus on the melody before picking the pace back up again. And there are Acts 2 and 3 which do great things with the melody as well, but for the full experience and sound, it's all about Act 1. But listen to me gush, Sonic Colors for the Wii, what an underrated game and one terrific soundtrack. Ah yes, now we're talking. A fusion of electronic, orchestral, and rock music that is befitting of a killer crossover. The main theme of Marvel vs. Capcom 3 goes beyond epic, and makes you believe that the fate of two worlds really are at stake. With all the anticipation I had for this game back in February 2011, with one listen of this song, all of the memories just rushed back to me. The hours checking Twitter feeds and Shoryuken, watching all the videos I could lay my eyes on, everything. And it doesn't matter that I'm terrible at the game. The theme is so befitting of the title and how it moves at such a kinetic pace in its beat, melody, and overall composition. It's easy to poke fun at Capcom's latest exploits, especially with how they released the ultimate version of this game on disc 9 months later, but when it comes to my musical tastes, man, did they nail this one. So I'm going to guess that you didn't expect this to be so high on my list. After all, out of every track from both Wii Zelda titles, this is what I've selected? There is so much that could be said about the romance theme from The Legend of Zelda: Skyward Sword, so I'll try to keep it brief. The light pace, the way the melodic lines play off each other, the crescendo and builds, the powerful flowing section of the piece, and that's just from a musical standpoint. To think about what this song means to the entire Zelda franchise, to the characters of Zelda and Link, that's powerful stuff. Sure, you could easily imagine this as the backing track to a trailer for a cheesy romantic film, but this song represents hope to me. Hope for a brighter tomorrow, that things will turn out alright in the end. So for those who don't see video game music as real artistry, listen to this. You want to talk about a ride of a musical experience and even more so a video gaming one? This is it. Nate's theme 3.0 from Uncharted 3 Drake's Deception leaves me awestruck every time I hear it for so many reasons. And yes, I know all the Uncharted themes are more or less the exact same, so hear me out why this song as a whole is so special. Not only did I buy a PS3 just for this series, and I don't regret the decision for a second, but in less than 2 minutes, this theme goes through an entire 3-act structure. Don't believe me? It starts off heroic and bold, but ultimately calms down to a slower pace, only for it to build back up to a sweeping finale. The flow of the song represents the emotions that one recalls after playing the Uncharted series, and that is something extraordinary. Trust me, you want to live the adventures of Nathan Drake. Alright, before we get to number 1, let's do a quick recap of my top 10 favorite gaming songs from modern consoles. Number 10, Blinded by Light, Final Fantasy XIII. Number 9, Ezio's Family, Assassin's Creed 2. Number 8, Suicide Mission, Mass Effect 2. Number 7, Main Theme, Batman Arkham City. Number 6, Main Theme, LA Noire. Number 5, Planet Wisp Act 1, Sonic Colors. Number 4, Main Theme, Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Number 3, Romance Theme, The Legend of Zelda, Skyward Sword. And number 2, Nate's Theme 3.0, Uncharted 3, Drake's Deception. Now it's time for number 1. Now you're listening to this and you're likely baffled at how this kind of song made number 1 on this kind of list. Or maybe it's the oddities of the video that's playing alongside it. Or maybe it's the irony that something with 10 in the title made number 1. Remix 10 from Rhythm Heaven Fever is not your normal song. It's a chaotic combination of nearly 30 mini-games driven by a steady beat that is flawless in compositional execution, as well as what it does to the player. One listen turns into multiple, which turns into many, as your toe will not stop tapping after each repetition. The mind starts to learn the game's pattern, and that's only if you're able to execute it when the time comes through gameplay. Brutal difficulty requires multiple playthroughs, even if it only took me 3 attempts to clear. And it really is a testament to this song that I am still listening to it so frequently to this day. So that was the first SMYN Top 10, and I hope you've enjoyed it. I had to leave so many on the cutting room floor, so please feel free to leave a comment regarding what some of your favorites are. Now, over time, we'll have different people make lists to submit for posting on this channel, or you can send a script for me to read and edit, while still giving you all the credit to smyntop10@gmail.com. As far as future top 10s in the works that I plan on making, there are more songs to go through. Classic consoles, all handhelds, retro consoles, and then other gaming topics, so make sure to subscribe and follow us on Facebook and Twitter. With that, I'm Yoko, and we'll see you at the next Top 10.